Alright guys, I'm here back with a new Let's Play. We're going to be playing Hitman 2. So yeah, we just finished the first Hitman, was it 2 days ago now? Spent all of yesterday wrapping up Yakuza 0. So here we are with Hitman 2. It's already pretty late in the day, it's like 1 o'clock. So I'll only record probably one episode here, but well, we'll start this. I would like to have this done probably by, this time we're actually gonna actually go online. What ended up happening with Hitman 1 is on the first episode I accidentally pushed cancel there. So I started the game offline, and then as the game continued forward, it's like if I wanted to boot a save, I would have to go offline to do it. So it's but here we're gonna go online because I think everything's good. Yeah, Hitman 2. I really enjoyed Hitman 1. Thought it was really great. So here with Hitman 2. Excited to see what goes on here. Currently listening to RGP Live Feed Update. I did just record my Big Brother 22 mid-season power ranking for my other channel, and fuck me, that took forever. The raw recording's an hour and 10 minutes, so hoping I can edit that down a good chunk. Did not want that video to be that long. I was thinking 35 minutes maybe. Are we going straight into the game? Oh, I forgot that this game isn't episodic.
The story so far.
Sure.
Agent 47 and his handler Diana Burnwood are the world's top assassins working for the ICA. When all of their recent missions turn out to be contracts for a shadow client, things take an unexpected turn. All their targets have been operatives in an invisible organization known as Providence. Providence has infiltrated the highest echelons of power and secretly owns our world. The shadow client wages a silent war against them. And so the Constant, Providence's enigmatic controller, seeks Diana out. His request: track down and eliminate the shadow client. In return, he offers something irresistible: the truth of 47's lost origins. Neither know that the man they hunt is 47's childhood friend. And unlike 47, he remembers everything.
Record that. I have something going on at 3 o'clock today, and then after that's done, I'm pretty much gonna spend the rest of the night editing. Hopefully I can get it done. If I don't, then fuck, but plans to get it done. Something else is I was looking at the schedule for my YouTube channel, and I kind of realized that maybe I'm gonna flip a couple videos, but I'll get around it. Essentially I'm gonna switch to what if videos with my Redefining the Tribe videos. Okay, so we're in game.
No hostile presence. Understood.
It's kind of weird they just throw you in, but whatever.
Most likely planning the militia's next strike. Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants. And yet she's not a target. Not yet, anyway. She's no doubt high on our client's list. But for now, it's information we seek. Infiltrate the house.
So it looks like this game's at least trying a bit more story.
For some B&E 47. On my way.
Dang, I don't feel like this is the type of game that I give a shit about the story anyway. Walker's Bay, find a way into the house. So obviously this is gonna be just a tutorial.
One of them is the lack of subtlety. The other is that if Danny catches something and she thinks she's caught something big, she's not the type to just pocket that. She wants to be like, hey.
Interesting. So this game has so it tells you when you're in cover. Because that's something the first game didn't do. Yeah, I played the base version of the first game. I didn't play the legacy version.
But especially if you're Cody, I don't know what the appropriate way to go about this is, because either you make something
Crystal.
up to
So this is almost the same. It doesn't take up the entire screen. Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing.
It's just Danny. It's just Danny.
Good day. Now, according to the local home security provider, the house is equipped with multiple cameras placed around the perimeter.
R1 still
I suggest you
reload.
get rid of them, 47.
I do think it's a very low percentage, But I think that Danny's big obstacle is, let me see if I have votes. Let me see if I have people they'll be willing to listen to me if I do this. And I think this is kind of the start of it, in a way.
I'm being told in the chat that Cody remembered early this morning that Tyler said something along the lines of like, "Did you shout out your grandfather?" or something like that. Something completely innocuous. But again, it's just like it shows that Danny doesn't.
Can I use it? Did I just pick up a lockpick?
Cody doesn't trust Danny because for as much as she is dedicated to him,
Oh, it was a screwdriver?
Won't trust him with little things like that. So then we get a conversation between Ian and Nicole. Ian feels okay about this.
Oh.
This is not best case scenario, but it's like third or fourth best outcome. I'm not sure that's true for Ian. I think it's actually not a very good outcome at all for Ian. I think he might be in some trouble this week.
I think so too, especially if someone was to have to jump on and jump off the block in a matter of seconds, and you're Danny, and if the way the formalities of this power works, she has to immediately on the spot pick someone else. I think Ian will get it. I think that's how it could play out, and I think it's a dangerous.
Oh, you can climb things like this in this game. Interesting.
Because the reality is he's probably not.
Yeah. Enzo and Tyler are gonna talk. Tyler briefly talked to Cody, and he was like, "Do you think I'm going up?" And Cody said, "I'd be surprised if you went up." And Tyler was like, Tyler says to Enzo, he's like, "Be surprised." Like, that's not a no. That's that's a she's definitely considered it, but hopefully she won't. So Tyler says, "I think I might go up," and Enzo says, "No, it's gonna be Dave or Kevin or Davon." I can't believe she only Davon. She only lasts a few minutes. Yo, I'm so tired of it, yo. You gotta win stuff, yo. That's it. Come on. He is done with it. Like he told Davon specifically, you have to start winning stuff, and she refuses to listen to him.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of the Meow Meow. You know this. It's been a thing. I've been happy to see it back on.
Squeaky toy?
What I don't like is this new growth Enzo's had, which is, hey, I used to suck at comps and I lost everything. Now my ego will not allow it. Now I've won a couple. Now you have to win a couple. Now everyone needs to be good in comps. Otherwise they're useless to me. And it's like, Enzo, then would you have been useless to you 10 years ago? Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, hey, you can't be me.
47.
Only
That computer.
I know.
See if you can't access
how
it.
dangerous me was.
Encrypted.
In season 12. You can't do that.
Assuming there's a key.
No.
Reynard wouldn't just leave it lying around.
Enzo says to Tyler if he goes up.
Wait. According to the floor plan, the room you're in should be a lot bigger. There might be a concealed space behind the wall. Check for hidden panels, 47.
Tyler actually not looking terrible.
For the office computer, no doubt.
There
Nicely
are
done,
a few
47.
different outs. Nicole
Getting
and Cody
caught on
don't
tape
want
is
it
the
gone.
last thing
Enzo
we
certainly
need.
doesn't. Christmas doesn't. Memphis wouldn't. I think all of them, or at least some
Just
of them,
take all of them, fuck it.
Christmas and Enzo would definitely be willing to use a veto on it. He could potentially win a veto himself. There's a lot of outs here for Tyler, although I do think he is still in some amount of danger. It just, if he's relying on all these
Reynard
people that
cells
keep him
launching
safe,
another strike.
any of them
Those
decide
are
to
sewer
change
maps
their
of a residential
minds,
area in
then
Wellington.
that's where he would be in
There's
some
nothing
trouble.
we can do
But
about it now.
for right
Our
now, it
priority
doesn't
is the
seem like
shadow
they are.
client.
So he's looking okay. Like I said, I think Ian is in more trouble than he is, and Kevin is in, I think, the most trouble. Danny's gonna talk briefly with Day. She says, "Hey, I know nobody can replace Bailey, but I'm here for
female.
you."
Early 30s.
Trying to
Executed.
replace Bailey.
I see them.
You literally just
Looks
By
like
saying
Reynard's
that,
grisly
you just
handiwork,
gave
all
away
right.
exactly your
She was never shy about collateral damage.
The owners.
Don't think so.
Danny also,
The
again,
house is
as I
registered to a
mentioned before,
non-existing
briefly talks to
environmental
Nicole,
NGO. This
Danny
feels
says
more
she's
like
gonna have to piss
identity
people off
theft.
because,
Like you,
everyone
Reynard
expects
is known to use
be good
disguises.
with her HOH. But
Keep
the
looking
initial
for a reason.
nominees will
Nothing
have
we
to
can do
be
for these people
David
now.
and Kevin.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense for her. I think that this was not what Davon wanted to hear, though.
Yes, so she's gonna talk with
Okay,
with
what are we
Day.
doing now?
Danny's gonna talk with Day for a while after the HOH reveal. She didn't actually tell Day what the nominations would be, but she does have this conversation where she implies the direction it's going. Danny says that she is
Oh, we still need
very
this, don't we?
she's
Shit.
friends with everyone. Usually
that's
she's
what
so
we're
happy
doing.
to win an HOH in previous seasons.
Oh, we got it?
Hurry.
Let me get the
We're
login.
detecting movement up the road.
But now it's like,
Motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
Uploading the data.
Hold on.
Day suggests,
Receiving
she
it
says,
now.
How about this? You put up Christmas.
Nothing on the shadow client or the other cells. No names, no aliases. I doubt she even knows whom she's working for. Wait, here's something. A message from Robert Knox of Kronstadt Industries. And by the sound of it, he's a Providence operative.
A defector.
Well, well, well. Client won't like this one bit.
And you can't wait to tell him.
Well, we'll
They're
see.
back.
We'll see where it goes.
Multiple hostiles.
It's clear that she's not fighting the bait.
Damn.
And Dave's like, I get that you don't want to take the
Go to
swing.
stage 2
And
first.
Danny says,
Eliminate
the thing about Tyler,
Reynard,
he's the kind
and
of player
preferably
he
without
can't
raising
swing
suspicion.
and miss.
One step ahead of the shadow client
I
for
want to put
once.
myself in the
Let's
best
keep it that
position
way.
at the end of the week. I like doing crazy things in this game. It's what I've done in the past. But in the past, it's always been bad for me.
Thought this night would never end.
Like
What
this season,
a
I'm not playing
snob
for the
fest.
fans. I'm playing
And
for
I
myself.
even missed out on the
I need
action.
to do the right move.
I'm
for
sorry
me.
you had to endure all that free champagne and
so
cello music,
Day
Orson.
is sort of like
What can I say? You
getting the
really
message
took one for
here.
the team.
She says,
I
well,
say stick
people
to what
probably
you
try
know.
to get you to put up David, and he's an idiot, so it makes sense.
Okay,
and
so we
Danny
actually
says
have
that, yeah, the thing about David is he's never thought game with me. Day continues to try to push for Tyler more. She says it's obvious he threw the competition. Danny's like, you really think he threw the competition? But this isn't really gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. And I think, Taryn, that line of, if I take a shot at him, I can't miss, is the most important line
Target down.
as Tyler's
Hold down
lifeline,
40
and here's why.
Now get off
I
the
think
pocket.
Tyler being already somewhat nervous going into this, him kind of knowing that
fuck.
this is something that could happen, and this is night 1. There's quite a few days to go. Once Danny gets a whiff that this is something that Tyler's weary of, I think
Ah,
he's
shit.
going to exclude her from doing anything altogether. Because last thing she needs is for him to know, for him to then save himself, and for him to then come after her right away. And like that's not what she wants. So, and I do think that it's this for her.
Fuck.
She's kind of playing in that, you know, Andy's name.
Okay,
has
so
been
the
brought
game's
up before.
pretty much the
I
same,
can
right?
very much picture Sunday where everyone's diary room is. I feel so safe with Danny. I feel safe with Danny. I think that's kind of where she's at right now, and she doesn't
That's where
want to
she
do
thinks
this.
she's at least.
Right. And I think that she's in a position where she doesn't want to do what she's done before, which is like take out a marquee.
Fuck, this is
big
5
player
minutes
and
ago. We didn't get an
target
autosave since then.
right after. So
Ugh,
it's
damn it.
overcorrecting is correcting what she's done before. And I do think that
Alright.
things going on will
Fuck.
probably make it so that he's safe. Again, there's still like 5%
Where are we then?
chance that that's not the case, but it's looking better from my side right now.
Yeah, so the thing we're really trying to watch out for here is who does Danny put up when David takes himself down? Because
Right.
that's
I was gonna say,
going
we're
to happen.
way.
We don't know exactly how this power works. My assumption, based on the episodes, based on how the
47.
power reads,
That computer.
is that after
See
the
if you can't
ceremony,
access it.
people will be called into the diary room,
Encrypted.
and when David has his turn, he'll have the
Assuming
option,
there's
do
a
you want to
key,
use the power?
then I
He will
wouldn't just
say,
leave it lying
yes.
around.
From there, we don't really know what will happen.
Here we go.
My guess would
The
be
office
something along the
computer, no
lines of like a get ready for a takeover kind of announcement. Everyone to the living room,
Nicely
and
done,
then
Should
the
allow you to
disruptor
move more
power
freely.
has been used. David has been taken off the block. Danny, you now have to name a new nominee, and she like has to stand up and like choose somebody on the spot. That would be the most exciting, at least, right? And if she has to
Do we
choose
still
somebody on the
need
spot,
to go here?
we don't know who she will choose. So we're trying to figure out who will be the choice if that happens. Now, if she has the ability to confer with people beforehand, she doesn't have to do it on the spot, then...
Well, that's exactly like that.
30s. Execute.
Then I don't think it will be Tyler. I think, you know, Cody, Nicole, Enzo, they're all... No, not Tyler. At that point, it could be like Ian, or she could try to get a pawn to go up, or something like that. Maybe it could be Tyler.
So let's go ahead and do a save here then.
But what we're trying to do, I do think it probably will be on the spot. And if it is on the spot, then we're trying to figure out who does she nominate. And so far, we don't really have a lot of indication. She talks to Cody. She says Tyler's nervous. He's like, he should be. He put his foot in his mouth. What are you thinking about doing? And she says, Kevin and David definitely going up. He says, well, don't put up Tyler. Don't do it. Definitely don't put him up right away. He'll win the veto. But also just in general, don't put him up. Don't put him up. And she says, yeah, well, I definitely won't put him up right away because he might win the veto. So it does seem like if she's put on the spot, she probably would not do Tyler because she would want to backdoor him. But again, we don't know exactly how her brain would work in that moment. She's mad that Cody dropped after Nicole did. She didn't really want this. And she says that she doesn't want to use her power because if it's a double eviction, it's probably going to be questions, which she's bad at. She probably won't win anyway, and then everyone will know she had a power. I don't understand this at all. I don't think this is a good idea.
You don't think it's a good idea for her not to use it, or to use it?
To not use it.
Right. I mean, you get a second chance at a second reign, you go for it, and I think no one would fault you for it either. Like, give it a shot. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, do you see that she nearly won? It's like, that's if you would have been in any competition. I think she's recognized that her power is pretty crappy. Just use the crappy power. Like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
You found the one use case where it's actually pretty functional. Use it.
Yeah. And you can use it on you because you won the choice. So that's a great, that was a 1 in 9 shot. You have that shot now. Use it. Sorry, 1 in 10. So give it I think it's dumb not to use it as well. It makes no sense to me.
So she says she's not sure yet what she would do for a replacement. Cody suggests just throw up Christmas. Talk to her about being a pawn. Danny said, well, what's what you would do, Tyler, or Cody? Someone's on the brain. He says, well, throw someone else up as a pawn. Just as a pawn, because we need Kevin out. And she says, he says, we should probably hold off on the Ian backdoor plan for now. That just throw someone else up as a pawn. We don't need to backdoor Ian yet. She says, someone comes down, I'd want to put up Tyler. And the only thing she'd be concerned about is, Christmas in Memphis. How would they react? And Cody says, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't like that because it doesn't really make a lot of sense, Danny. I'd be concerned about numbers.
So I did finish Yakuza 0 yesterday. I'm debating over whether or not to delete it from my console, from my hard drive. I'm thinking I probably will. Because I just don't ever see myself playing Yakuza 0 ever again. I think I would fucking kill myself if I were to fucking play that game again. So I think I probably will. I won't do it immediately because I don't have to replace it with anything right now, but I think I will eventually.
And she wants to make this move. We know she does. The question is, can she?
Can she and will she? Because there's another factor here in that, I think not since Cody and BB19 has there been a potential for somebody to put up 5 people on the nomination. Right? So here, given that Christmas also has power that could be used in that kind of way, given that David has power that can be used in that kind of way, given that there's a veto on the table, she's in a bad position for something like that to happen, but also, is she going to do this? And I think Cody, the reason Cody's being hesitant, there's 2 reasons. Cody, I think there's the meat shield aspect of Tyler's always going to be a name in front of him that he can throw in if he needs to, but also don't break suit, don't cause a scratch, don't be Like, once she does this, it's free for all. Anyone can target anybody, whether they've been working together or not, in a way. And I don't think he wants to get caught in the crosshairs of that. It makes a lot more sense to just do the calm move now and move forward without any waves. So
The client has given us
convincing
carte
her to do
blanche.
this is good for him
Hunt
because
down the
Cody
militia
is
by
working with
any
both of them
means
rather
necessary.
effectively at the moment.
A week ago, Providence was a
So
threat.
that's basically where they
Did
leave
you
it.
swing the
That David
The
and
boys
Kevin
are
are the
practical
nominations.
people, 47.
She
A blank check
has
is hard to
floated
turn
the
down.
Tyler backdoor idea.
Besides,
Cody
the
has
shadow
pushed
client's war
back,
on Providence is causing a
and
global panic.
that's where it stands. I imagine there will be more conversations. She'll probably talk to Nicole. I think
And the
Nicole
man on
will
the train?
not push back as hard on the Tyler idea.
Never told them about his
She'll probably
offer.
be like, yeah, maybe.
Taking a contract for personal gain is against
and so,
RCA regulations.
but when it comes down to it,
So
Nicole's gonna
there's
side
what
with
being
Cody on
proud.
this one.
Is that a
So
sense of humor,
it's a
47?
weird position
What
to
am
be
next?
in, and we
Crying at the
still
movies?
there's still a lot of
Why are you
uncertainty
doing
as
this?
to who goes up
I
when
know
David pulls himself down.
what it's like to have
It
everything
still
taken from
could
you.
be Tyler, and if it is Tyler and she makes that
claims
move,
to
then
know
she
about
might
your
expect Cody and Nicole to
Your
fall
memories,
in
everything
line
old Myers
to
stole
support her
from you.
decision,
And you
and
trust him?
they might
About as far as I
feel
can throw.
pressured into doing so,
But
or
this
they
is our
might
best
feel
lead
pressured
in
into,
20
okay, well, I guess we have
I
to
say it's time we
openly
break
go
a few
against you now, Danny, to keep Tyler because we can't go against Memphis and Enzo and Christmas. The more likely play there is that they say, okay, Danny, we just say Tyler's a pawn. We just say, look, Tyler, you screwed up. You said my name, so you had to go up as a pawn in this spot. Sorry, we're not going to vote you out. Don't worry.
Are there already live Jason guy?
But then you've got the veto to worry about. If Kevin wins the veto, like who goes up then? What happens there? If Tyler wins the veto, who goes up? So there's a lot of situations.
I mean, do I
that
want to
could
do
happen.
this?
Ian could go up, and then they might want to send Ian home.
Well,
There's
let's-
just again a lot of things that can happen here.
We just played the
and
other game. I don't feel like we need to do the other
Probably
one.
not going to know exactly what it's going to be until that happens. It might be later tonight. I'm not sure. Again, it might be like ceremony happens, David's on the block,
Good afternoon, 47.
and then like a couple
Your
hours later,
destination is the annual
feeds go
Global
down,
Innovation
and then all of a
Motor
sudden
Race,
somebody
Miami,
else is up
Florida.
or something. You know what I mean?
After analyzing
Yeah,
the
I
data
can see
from
that being the
Leonard's
case.
computer,
The
the
meeting
case
should
is
be
clear.
off from non
The
like a
Providence
little
defectors
later
are
until whenever
Robert
they've
and Sierra
decided they're going
Knox,
to do the
head of
announcement
robotics development,
for
Cromstad
the
Industries.
disrupting the noms or anything like
A
that.
visionary
I
inventor
do want
and
to say, Terrence, just
technological
quickly
innovator,
for
Robert
we
Knox
end
has
up wrapping up.
spearheaded Cromstad
Tyler
Industries
did this
to the
thing when he was
bleeding
talking
edge
to
of
Danny,
technological
where he was
development.
like, hey, and I get it.
His
If you want to
equally
put me up,
brilliant
I
daughter,
messed up.
Sierra,
Like, that's
is not
fine.
only a
I
financial
understand.
wizard,
It's no
but
problem.
also a
I
fiercely
think that's kind
competitive
of
race
genius
car
from him.
driver, with a
Or it
fine
just
temper
works
to
out for him.
match.
I think that, again, someone like Danny, who
Cromstad
doesn't want to put him up,
enjoys
who's
enormous
like,
popularity
wants to put him up but
with
doesn't want to
consumers.
miss.
However, few are
If you
aware
do
that the
this,
company is
she
also
knows
one of the world's
that
leading
you think
suppliers
you're in
of
trouble with
next-gen
her.
military
She's not going to
tech.
want to do it anymore. No one, someone who wants to be the smart one and wants to outmaneuver you will no longer want to do that when it's like, oh, well, he knows now it's not as fun for me. Now it's not as, it's not as a tactical move. It's just, he's seen it from a mile away. I'm not going to want to do this. I'm going to want to stare him down the face and do that. So I think that there's a little bit of hesitance, but there's a lot of intrigue in it. Because I still think that Tyler could end up going up. I think Ian could end up going up. I think the scariest thing is because what happens if Kevin wins the veto? Because I think Kevin is the one expendable person to everyone besides maybe Danny and Dave on, where it's like, or and David, where it's like, yeah, I don't really have much connections with him, it's fine, bye. But Danny doesn't want that to happen. Danny sees Kevin as someone she can work
And so
with in
our
the long term.
contract
So
obligates us to retire
this is
Robert and
it's gonna
Sierra
be a
Knox
fun week, I
and
think.
contain
Dare
the
I
damage
say,
they may inflict on Providence.
it's gonna be a fun week. We'll see.
I will
Well,
leave
I
you
would say
to
I
prepare.
think the most likely outcome is Kevin leaving, which people may say that's not fun, but there's a lot of complications in the road here. And there was one final conversation between Day and Kevin, very short one. Day says to Kevin after her conversation
I'm
with
not
Danny,
reading that.
it's too late to break into this big group. I think that she saw that Danny is not going to go for
Any
Tyler.
mission? Yeah,
and if that's
why
not
even like
happening,
have the
then
any method, any disguise when they're all fucking
probably
like that? Like in the main game, it was all fucking like that.
So she says that to Kevin. Kevin says he's worried about being nominated. He's gonna die. If he
These
sees
are
his
all
face on the
different
board.
types.
Yeah, sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a good evening, I don't think.
But that's what we've got. Puya, anything else?
I think I'm gonna scroll through these
I
just for
think we
game
pretty
footage,
much covered
if I'm being
everything.
honest.
Keep an eye on the
Just for
today.
footage for my
It's gonna be a
other
very
video.
important day.
Or for my other channel, the video I want to make on that.
Feeds are going to be off for a little bit, but when they're on, they're going to be must see. So just enjoy that one.
Oh, what is this?
Alright. So that's what we have for
Whatever.
you. I did talk with Rob and Bailey this morning. So that exit interview will be up at some point
Okay,
today.
so we can't have anything?
And then in just about an hour, I'm going to be talking with, or just, I'm not sure when it's going to release actually. So it's at some point today, hopefully you also get an interview with Jason Guy that we will be doing that I'm very excited about. So look out for that. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, there's different difficulties?
Today on the Big Brother 22 live feed.
I'll probably go for casual.
Something fun to update with
I can't that's so small. How am I supposed to fucking do that? Whatever.
And then, of course, tomorrow night we'll have
Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot that. Fucking cool. Assassination is serious business. I did finish the original game on normal difficulty. I don't know how you change. Like, it's weird. Like, because it said like normal difficulty, but it never really gave me the option to change it. But whatever. Oh, you have limited saves? Oh no, unlimited. Okay, that's like this one save. Oof. No fucking way I'm doing that. No surveillance cameras, less enforcers, forgiving combat, more items are legal to carry. I don't know. I do feel like some of the fun is to play it. Let's try casual for this one, and then we'll see if it's like too easy. Wait, what? Can we solve countless ways one approach that covers? Sure? I guess. Yeah, this is a game that really does incentivize multiple playthroughs. And that's why I'm not uninstalling Hitman 1 and 2, because I could see myself playing these again at some point.
Event bonus. You can for free. Summoner's War.
So, that's fucking weird.
When he's playing Big Brother.
Alright, let's see.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cisternino here, and boy, do we have a treat for you here. We have some special coverage coming up here today to talk about Big Brother.
But yeah, so.
And much more, as we are joined by one of the co-hosts of a brand new Big Brother podcast YouTube channel. Please welcome in a man that I have long wanted to talk to on a podcast. A man that
The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire.
18 years ago.
Thousands of eager fans are
great
gathered for the
Jason
final laps
Guy.
of this
Jason, how are you?
unexpected race. Sierra Knox is expertly
Yeah, thank
piloting
you.
her
Yeah,
red
thank you on the show.
Kronstadt car.
Yes, Jason.
Her father, Robert Knox,
of course,
roams the
Jason
nearby
is
expo
the
building
co-host
where
with,
Kronstadt is
Danielle
showcasing
Reyes
its new
of the new
prototype.
Secret Alliance podcast.
The Kronstadt RK
talked
Mark
about
III
how
has
that
seen
came to
fierce
be.
competition
And
from the
much more
Chinese
here,
Kowloon
Jason.
Heavy
Of course,
Industries
you
new
know,
racing.
the name was
Moses
kind of a
Lee,
fluke,
CEO of Kowloon, has taken a dominant lead and looks invincible.
Yes, we truly mentioned it on the
Sierra Knox
live
will need to
show.
risk it all if she wants to win for the third year in a
We're like,
row.
hey, we're on
The stakes are as high as they can get.
Okay, secret is out. Yeah, secret's out. Okay, alright, well,
Yeah,
very
so,
exciting also that Aaron Armstrong is here. Aaron, how are you?
Rob, last week I talked to Kaser, this week I've talked to all of my
No. No, there's
Okay.
Jason Guy, way up here for me. I loved you on your season.
And you really have been watching since then. You didn't go back and have to watch it on the last season. You watched this long.
Yes, since I was a child, this has been my life, yeah.
Listen, sir, there's no drama. Just need to check your pockets.
If you want them to grow up
Just
to
relax.
be somebody who's
Be on your way in a
in a
sec.
small room with weird sound and lights and cameras talking to
Okay.
people who play Big Brother, then maybe, yeah.
Okay, I need to think about all of this, but that's good. Yeah. Jason, not only that, Karen and I
let's
did a
see.
rewatch of Big Brother 3 only a couple of years ago. Okay. Before rewatching old shows was cool. Right, now it's a thing and it's easy to do, but what if you go on eBay and buy the old pieces? No, we watched it on CBS All Access. Oh, okay, they did have it here a couple of years back when you did this. Okay, good. It's a whole lot easier now when people say, how do I watch it? Because I know after our season they did release it on DVD. But
Yeah, the
Big
key
Brother
here
3,
is
maybe
timing.
they did
I mean,
some other
if you're not
DVDs that maybe it was 4, but I think then it was shelved. So for a decade, you couldn't really find it unless you bought it and paid. And there were the actual DVD sets that came out. So you got all 30-something episodes, 30 hours of Big Brother from season 3. But there were bootleg copies too. So people, and these are the way they recorded it, and it was impressive that they did this. But yeah, it was something, and so people couldn't
See
really
that
see
red
it now.
car 47?
Especially in
That's
this
the
when
Chrome
Big
Stab
Brother
race
is
car
about
with
to begin,
Sierra
people
Knox
scratch
behind the
their
wheel.
knees, and they start watching old
Technology,
seasons. And
as
so
it is
I'll get
about
all
the
this
driver's
love for
seat.
people past 8 years, and now I went back and watched season 3, and it was so cool, and you and Danielle had such a great bond. It means a lot. It really does. Still, after all these years, to hear people enjoy our season. Jason, what are you and Danielle up to? That I know that there was a lot of buzz about. Is Danielle going to be on this season? A lot of people felt like she was. She was vehemently denying on Twitter. And no one from our season would believe her. She said, I'm going. She would email or text somebody from our season, and they're like, no, that was too short of a text message. Danny's not sending that. It must be someone from production has her cell phone. And she would call me and we would talk and we were joking about all this stuff. And it was
One of the
Thursday
Kronstadt
night
Picturers
before
quit the team in protest,
the season
and Grace
began
Miller,
on,
the
maybe a
ballbuster
Wednesday
chief
night,
mechanic,
the Big
was
Brother
in critical
22.
need of
And
a
we talked and
replacement.
who do you think will
Why
be
don't you
on?
step
And
in and
that
offer
is
your
this person and
services
that
for
person.
yourself?
And she
Good with
had
that.
received some calls from former house guests. So you knew there was some free gaming happening. So it was like, oh, so that one seems like that person might be on. And she just couldn't do it right now because of the timing for her life. I mean, she's a grandma these days, but she has a really great job in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it just didn't make sense. Personally for her, but it also didn't make sense financially because she's just in a good place, and you don't want to lose that job. And I didn't get the call. I didn't get a call from Big Brother season 22. The first All Stars, whenever that was, I did get a call where they reach out. I heard, Rob, you and Matt were talking about it, where it's sort of that email or that phone call, and it's like, hey, just check it in.
You were on the tier 2 email of 2006.
Check it in, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that one of the show executive producers, she was a producer back in the day on our season Big Brother 3, but consistently,
Can I not hide
every
them
year
here?
on my birthday, every year on my mom's birthday, every year on my dad's birthday. So it wouldn't have been strange if it had come from her, and now she's one of the executive producers, Sean Laws. It wouldn't have been a strange thing to have heard from Sean. But,
I think we'll end here.
Person who's in production
Next
and what are you up
episode,
to, and,
we'll go ahead. Okay, why did I just get a trophy?
but I was
Well,
just
we'll
honored to
end
get
here.
asked.
Next episode,
That would
we'll go
have
ahead
been back
and continue on.
5, 6, somewhere
But
there.
for now, thanks for
And
watching.
I'd started in this TV news career that I'm